people suffer. I don't know many journalists who just don't show up for work.
Now, Betsy, what does the future look like for Keith Olbermann? We had the run-in with MSNBC executives, and now this at Current TV. Who on earth?
First off, why did the WMAL talk to Betsy Rustin about Keith Olbermann? She didn't even report about Keith Olbermann on her website at all. She's rather report about rewrite press releases in WTOP.
Good luck making $5 million.
Exactly.
There was some talk of him doing a Showtime program. Is anything coming of that?
I don't know.
I'm just on the radio here to. I don't know anything.
Are over unless he goes the Glenn Beck route, which is kind of like a podcast, and that is you start your own TV network and you air it through the internet, not through cable broadcasting.
But Glenn Beck also has his own radio show now. Olbermann doesn't have anything like that.
That's right. And Glenn Beck still making a lot of money off the radio.
I don't know.
I also think that you can't dismiss that Keith Olbermann is something of a wild card. You don't really know what he's going to do.
Really? Keith Olbermann's a wild card? That's brilliant analysis. Wow!
Old employer. He's had several of them. But MSNBC, Mika Brzezinski was at the White House the other day moderating a forum. You have Reverend Al Sharpton, who's
moderating a forum?
Protest the Trayvon Martin case. As TV news hosts, is MSNBC allowing their hosts to become too partisan? I mean, I realize that some of them are partisan or opinion journalists. Does objectivity matter anymore for MSNBC? Did it ever matter at this point?
Well, two things. I think in Mika's case, I think that she definitely crossed the line that she shouldn't have crossed. And I think that it's going to be something that now follows her. And predominantly.
Brilliant!
And so, in that case, I think that was a huge mistake for her. You don't want a politician compliment.
WMAL, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Either. I mean, you don't want it. She's gotten that, and that's not a good thing. I think that we all like praise, but somehow, if a person you cover gives you too much, you wish they hadn't. And in Sharpton's case, I think, honestly, he'd be a fool not to use his connections to benefit the network.
Well, but if you're MSNBC, though, and you have somebody who, yes, is an opinion and is a host and is out there and is making news, is part of the news story, not covering it, that's a problem. I mean, for a news organization to say, hey, we're having...
Well, MSNBC, Fox News, they all do that. They're carnival brokers. That's what they're hired to do. They're hired to just rebel rouse and stir things up. They're not journalists. Gosh.
And I think the MSNBC...
Jesus, Brian, don't you stay up past 8 o'clock at night and watch these idiots on television?
Right, and for Sharpton not to use his...
The stupid interviewing the idiots. WMAL. Man! God!
In Mika's case, I think it's different.
Maybe it's time to start piping Don Imus in Morning Drive here on WMAL, huh? That would save some money. That'd be more money for Lou Dickey there at Cumulus, the head of Cumulus. You know, if they save that money here, they could give it to him. We could make even more than $20 million next year. Jeez!
All right. Meanwhile, CNN, you flip over there the other day, and they're and used the F word the other day on CNN, which is shocking, quoting in a story. Is this something that's going to be a part of the regular, not necessarily a mandate, but the way they operate at CNN to use actual...
Yes, we're going to say the F word every day now on CNN. If it gets us ratings, we're going to do it. Desperate for publicity, these rich channels are. Myota. They're desperate for publicity. CNN is. Its ratings are down in the toilet.
Why didn't that come up ever?
But isn't it generally clear?
Why did that come up ever?
You don't say those words. I mean,
listening to Betsy Rosten on WMAL makes me long for Mary Catherine Ham.
I think for most people, generally, the N-word is a word that is uncomfortable for most people to say naturally.
For most people.
So the fact that it didn't give her pause in the first place, I think that's curious.
Do you think this was kind of a Ron Burgundy moment where she was just reading the page?
I think she wasn't thinking. Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but I do find it odd that it didn't make her naturally uncomfortable to say that word. I would be uncomfortable.
All right, Betsy. Good to have you on. Thanks very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Betsy Ross.
Thank you. Thank you.
WMAL.
Oh, wow. A milestone for WMAL. A ratings milestone. They're going to maybe be 16th place next week instead of 15th. Or this week.
Does it get any worse?
Does it get any worse? Ah! Time to blow out that morning show. Lou. Like, I don't know, man. I know, it's tough. But we gotta cover it. Washington Radio, bad and getting worse. Thanks for watching, and so there.